It is common for us to hold built up stress, tension, and emotion in our hips without even realizing it. If you are seeking a somatic release practice, or you would just like to get rid of some of that built up tension, stress, and emotion, then you have come to the right place. Today's yoga practice will be a practice focused on our hips to help release some of that stress and tension, and it will be conducted in a somatic way. Pretty much what that means is to tune into your body, to notice your bodily sensations, and to move in a way that is intuitive to you, to allow your body to guide you throughout the practice without thinking too much about where you're going. We will get started on our backs in a supine position, so go ahead and start to make your way there. We will start in a broken bridge. Knees are bent, feet are planted. Feet are about the mat width distance. Then allow the knees to fall in towards one another. Arms can be alongside the body out to a T or overhead, whichever feels best for you in this moment. You can also bring your left hand to the heart and the right hand to the navel space to cultivate that mind-body connection pretty early in this practice. Then allow the eyes to close. We'll take a few moments here to allow ourselves to center and to come to the present moment here on the mat. Each time you inhale, notice how the breath feels as it enters the body. Notice the passage through the nose, down the back of the throat, into the lungs. Notice the pressure that the air creates for the diaphragm, the lungs, the ribs, the pelvic floor. Then as you exhale, just reverse that. Notice how everything starts to decompress. Notice how you feel as the air exits the lungs, comes back through the back of the throat, out of the nose. We take a few moments here in stillness to breathe, to notice the breath, and to connect to the sensations that we feel as we breathe. If there's an intention that you would like to set for your practice today, I invite you to do so now. Then wherever you are in your breath cycle, empty the breath completely. Together we inhale through the nose. Open mouth, sigh, let that go. Again, in through the nose. Open mouth, sigh, release. Last one, inhale. Exhale, let that go. Eyes begin to flutter open. Cultivate Ujjayi breath with the lips sealed, arms out to a T. Remove the knees from one another. Then start to find a tick-tock of the knees left and right. Very gentle opening here through the hips. And at any time as we move through this practice, you are always welcome to close your eyes. If there's something that feels more intuitive to you than what I am cueing, allow yourself to explore. We are on the journey of noticing what comes up for ourselves throughout this practice and allowing ourselves to release that. Allow yourself to let go. Next time the knees knock towards the right, just allow them to stay there. Arms are still out to a T, both shoulder blades planted. One more breath here. The knees come back to center and move towards the left. One more breath here. The knees back through center. Bring them into the chest. Toes together, knees wide. You're in a supine child's pose here. Then start to circle with the knees. You can move both knees in one direction or in opposite directions. Allow yourself to explore. You could switch. Gently get into the hips here. Then we all meet in stillness back in that supine child's pose. Keep the knees bent, soles of the feet to the earth. Left foot stays planted, right knee into the chest, give it a squeeze. Then extend right foot up towards the ceiling. Flex through right foot, hold here, allow the back of right leg to open. Then start to point and flex through right foot. Notice the sensation all through the back of right leg. Again, you're welcome to close your eyes here if you would like. We don't have to worry about any balancing here, so if you're not sure if you wanted to close them, just know that you don't have any balancing movements, so a focal point is not necessary. We'll start to bring this into a half happy baby, so you can either grab for right ankle, blade of right foot, or yogi toe lock, right big toe, left hand to left hip as you allow yourself to open here. Then your choice if you would like to stay static or find movement. Give yourself the opportunity to explore. Eventually, this will lead us into a figure four as outside right ankle comes on top of left thigh. Then your choice if you would like to take this into a reclined pigeon as left foot lifts off the earth. You can rock left and right here. You can play around with extending through left leg if you would like. Plenty of options for you to explore. And again, you can always stay in a static hold if that works best for you today. And eventually find stillness if you're not already there. Left foot to the earth, right knee into the chest, give it a squeeze, and then we'll move to the other side. So right foot stays planted, left knee into the chest, squeeze it in. Then extend left leg up towards the ceiling, left foot is flexed. Then start to invite the point and flex through the foot. Notice the sensation all through the back of left leg. Then we move towards our half happy baby. Right hand to right hip, either yogi toe lock, left big toe, grab for left ankle, or blade of left foot. Again, your choice to stay static or find a little movement here. You can also play around with an extension. One more full round of breath. Then we'll take this into our figure four shape, left ankle on top of right leg. Then your choice if you would like to take this into a reclined pigeon as right foot lifts off the earth. Again, you have many choices here for a static hold, for a rock left and right, or an exploration of the extension through right leg. Last two breaths here. Then eventually find stillness, right foot to the earth, left knee into the chest for a squeeze, left foot plants. Arms alongside the body, press through the heels. We prepare for bridge. Then once you're ready, roll yourself up off the mat. Weight is in the heels, inner thighs are engaged. Breathe here as you hold. Then start to lower right hip to the mat by releasing your right glute. Engage through right glute to lift it back up. Then we lower through the left. Flex through left glute, lift left hip, lower right. Engage through right to lift, lower left. We keep moving back and forth here. Again, you're welcome to close the eyes if you would like. Tune into the sensation through the body, particularly in the glutes, the back of the legs. And then into the hips. Notice the stretch through the front of the hips, perhaps even the side of the hips as you lower. We have a few more rounds on each side. Last two. Last one to the right and to the left. Hold and squeeze at the top. Breathe here. Then lower yourself back down. Knees come into the chest, hands are on the hamstrings, so the back of the legs this time. Then start to roll back and forth. See if you can find that point as you roll up that you hold in a boat pose before you roll back. Then eventually we all meet in boat pose. Hands can stay behind the back of the legs or they can release to the sides of the legs. We won't be here long, only 3 more rounds of breath. Then cross at the ankles, hands to the earth. We bring this right back into a down dog. Pedal out through the feet here in your down dog. Take your time as you stretch and find length in the back of the legs. You can even find a dancing down dog, which is one of my favorites, especially when I'm focusing on a somatic release type of practice, where you kind of dance and sway back and forth. Allow yourself to move organically and intuitively. We have a few more breaths of movement before we find stillness. If you're already in stillness, go ahead and stay where you are. Again, this is your practice, customized in a way that feels best for you. Meet me in a still down dog. Then begin to shift forward, exaggerated roll to a plank. Bend through the knees, turbo dog. Extend through the legs, down dog. We do that again, exaggerated roll forward to a plank. Bend through the knees, turbo dog. Extend through the legs, down dog. One more time, exaggerated roll forward to a plank. Bend through the knees, turbo dog. Extend through the legs, down dog. Hold here. This time, as you shift forward to a plank, tap right knee, right elbow. Extend back, down dog. We switch to the other side. Tap left knee, left elbow. Send it back, down dog. We add on a little bit more. As you bring right knee to right elbow, step right foot outside of right hand, lizard lunge. Then left hand is planted, right hand lifts up towards the ceiling. We'll flow through that to the other side. So right hand down, step back to down dog. Start to bring your left knee towards left elbow. Step left hand outside of left foot. Left hand up towards the ceiling, we twist. Left hand down. Step back, down dog. We move back to the right side. Right hand lifts. Right hand down. Right foot back. Move to the left side. Left foot plants. Left hand lifts. Left hand down. Down dog. Back to the right side. Right foot plants. Right hand lifts. This time holds here. Lower left knee to the earth. Untuck left toes. You can keep right hand up towards the ceiling or drop right hand back, your choice. If you dropped your right hand back, invitation for the quad stretch. Gaze beyond right shoulder. Breathe here. You can close your eyes if you would like. Really tune in to the sensation through left hip, left quad, perhaps even through left hamstring, left glute. One more full round of breath here. If you have the bind, release it. Then we cartwheel, lift right hand up and then down inside of right leg. Tuck left toes, lift left knee. We stay in lizard lunge and start to rock forward and back. Find stillness here in down dog. Then inhale, little chest lift through the arms. Exhale, rock back, wide-legged pyramid. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. This time we inhale, rock forward. Engage through inner right leg and outer right arm. Glue them together. Then start to rotate so left heel comes to the earth. You'll start to lift your left hand off the mat. Bring left hand overhead. Breathe here. You're a little bit angled off of right side of mat. Stay there. Really press through right heel as you lift yourself up. Warrior two. Hold in your warrior two. Keep this positioning to where you're a little angled off of the mat. Breathe here. Then inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, right arm overhead. Exhale, arms to a T, find triangle pose. Hold here in your triangle pose, breathe. Last breath. Then begin to bend through right knee as you cartwheel. Left hand to the earth, come to the ball of left foot, right hand up towards the ceiling. Right hand plants inside of right leg. Step back, down dog. Take a moment here in your down dog. Then we move to the other side. So shift forward into that plank, left knee towards left elbow. Step left foot outside of left hand up towards the ceiling. Lower left hand down, shift it back, down dog. Right foot outside of right hand up towards the ceiling. Lower down, shift back, down dog. Left knee towards left elbow, step it outside, lift left hand up. This time we hold. Lower right knee, untuck right toes. So plenty of options here. You can either stay just like this, you can drop the arm back, or you can take the quad stretch, your choice. Continue to breathe. Gaze is beyond left shoulder. Last 2 rounds of breath. If you have the quad stretch, release. Then we all bring left hand inside of left foot, tuck right toes, lift right knee, rock forward and back in lizard lunge. Eventually find stillness. Inhale, pull the chest through. Exhale, rock back, wide-legged pyramid. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Hold for the exhale. Engage inner left leg. Left arm and left leg glue together. Lower your right heel down to the earth. Lift right hand overhead. Breathe here. Now we're angled off of left side of mat. Keep that angle. Press through left heel. Lift yourself up. You're in your warrior two. Off to the left. Breathe here. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten. Left leg, left arm overhead. Exhale, arms to a T. Find your triangle pose. We hold here in triangle. Last round of breath. Then bend through left knee, cartwheel, right hand plants, left hand up towards the ceiling. Left hand inside of left leg, step back, down dog. We'll move through another side to side flow with our lizard lunge twist. So we start to the right, right knee towards right elbow, plant, twist. Lower the hand, step it back, down dog. Other side, left knee, left elbow, plant the foot, and twist. Lower it down, step it back, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, make your way top of mat, forward fold. Hold here, heel toe the feet to the width of the mat. Grab opposite elbows, allow yourself to sway left and right. Close the eyes, check in. You can even find stillness here. And eventually we all meet in stillness, hand towards the earth. Inhale, bend through the knees, fingertips are cupcaked on the mat. Exhale, extend long. Inhale, bend, lower down. Exhale, extend long. Again, inhale, bend, lower down. Exhale, extend long. Bend through the knees, lower down. Yogi squat, prayer hands can come together if you would like. Breathe here. Then your choice if you would like to rock back and forth. Allow the hips to stretch and open. Tune in here. What are you noticing? What's coming up for you? Last round of breath. And as you release into a forward fold, let that go. Any thoughts that came to mind, let them pass. Then heel toe the feet back together. Bend through the knees. Inhale, gather energy, come all the way up. Exhale, fold back down. Step back into a down dog. Hold in your down dog here. Again, you can pedal through the feet, move intuitively. You might rock the hips left and right. Eventually find stillness. Inhale, lift the right foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee towards right elbow, lower down, pigeon pose. Walk your left leg back. We start upright here. If you have a block and you would like some support underneath your right glute, go ahead and place it there. Then eventually you'll release yourself back onto the mat. Your choice if you would like to stay in a static hold. Otherwise, you can add the flow of the chest by walking the arms out, bending through the elbows, rolling yourself up and down. So your choice to take the wave-like movement or to hold static and still. Whichever you chose, eventually we will meet in our sleeping pigeon pose. Again, notice what's coming up for you. We're in a deeper, more intense stretch. Tune in, notice, no attachment or judgment, then let it go. Start to walk yourself up, roll onto right hip, then swing left leg all the way down so you find a twist. Right arm will wrap around left leg, left arm on the earth behind. Breathe here. Slowly release, let that go. We bring this into a boat pose. Lift your legs off the earth, your choice. If you would like arms to stay behind the legs, arms alongside the legs, or if you would like to extend into a full boat. One round of breath here. Then cross at the ankles, roll forward, find your way back into down dog. Take your time here, check in. Then we'll find a ripple just like we did at the beginning of practice. Exaggerated roll forward into a plank. Bend at the knees, turbo dog. Extend, down dog. Roll forward into a plank. Bend at the knees, turbo dog. Extend the legs, down dog. One more. Roll forward into a plank. Bend at the knees, turbo dog. Extend the legs, down dog. Inhale, lift left foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Find your pigeon pose. Walk your right leg back. We start upright first. Again, insert any props where you need them. Then your choice to either hold static in your sleeping pigeon, or you can bring the hands out to the sides, bend through the elbows, and find that wave-like movement through the upper body. Again, move intuitively. Find what works for you today. Give yourself the opportunity and freedom to explore without judgment or attachment. Eventually, we all meet in stillness in our sleeping pigeon. Begin to walk yourself up. Allow yourself to roll on left hip. We find the twist, right leg wraps all the way around. Left arm outside of right leg, right hand plants, gaze beyond right shoulder. Slowly release the twist. This time, both feet will plant on the earth, knees are bent, arms alongside the body. Roll yourself onto the mat. Walk the feet in. Another round of bridge here. Press through the heels, lift yourself up. We hold in our bridge. Glutes are active, inner thighs engaged. Then start to roll yourself down. Heels together, legs splay out, Supta Konasana, left hand to the heart, right hand to the navel space. Notice the heat of the hands on the body. Notice the breath as it fills the lungs and as it empties. Notice the sensation that you feel in your hips. Notice if there's still tension, if there's shaking, or if you felt like you let go of anything. No attachment or judgment, just tune in. I often notice in my body after a hip focus class, I always notice a little bit more of a shaking sensation, but at the same time is also a feeling of relief. Then begin to scan through the body, starting at the crown of the head, down through the face, the neck, the shoulders, through the arms, the torso, down to the hips, the glutes, the legs, and the feet. You're welcome to stay here in Supta Konasana, or you can extend one leg and then the other, arms alongside the body, final Shavasana pose. Take a few moments here, breathe. Allow yourself to be heavy on the mat. We have reached our final posture in this class, our final Shavasana. As always, you are welcome to pause the class and remain in Shavasana for as long as it serves you. Whenever you are ready to move on, big inhale through the nose, open mouth, sigh. Find small movement, wiggle of the toes, the fingers, roll of the wrists and the ankles. Then inner ankles come together, arms extend overhead, stretch long through the body. And release knees into the chest for one final time in this practice. If fetal pose calls to you, make your way there. Otherwise, just rock your way up into a simple seat. A simple seat is where we meet to close out practice. Left hand to the heart, right hand to the navel space. Bow your head, offer gratitude. If you set an intention for this class, please bring it to the mind's eye. Thank you for tuning in and flowing with me today. Have a great day. Namaste.